Pro wrestling is something that has become an art among most wrestlers from across the globe. One of the most popular sports worldwide, the market for wrestling has never been bigger than it is at this particular moment. The wrestlers have managed to prove again and again that despite being a fake or scripted sport, it takes no little ability to perform at the top level where they are expected to regularly. The rigorous schedule of WWE has fighters performing throughout the year. If they are not booked on the shows like Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, and 205 Live, they are also performing on house shows. Tournaments are being held nowadays as well, including the Mae Young Classic, and with WWE broadening and expanding their borders with the help of NXT UK, World Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated has never been a bigger force. In the WWE, some of the wrestlers are truly the best in the world, and the fans see them as such, recognizing their talents. Stars such as AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan perform each night and put on a show which leaves everyone wondering. While both these stars are noticed and their talents are acknowledged for the immense force that it is, there are some fighters getting a lot of credit where they don't deserve it. Some of the fighters are overrated and cannot and do not live up to the hype surrounding them. On the other hand, there are some wrestlers whose talents are never recognized, although they continue performing day in and day out no matter what comes in front of them. My name is John, and in this video we take a look at 5 current WWE wrestlers who are overrated and 5 that are underrated. Dean Ambrose being on this list may have been a shock for some, but hear us out. Ambrose is one of the greatest entertainers in the WWE. Very few wrestlers can live up to the standards that he sets when it comes to playing with the crowd's emotions, be it in the form of a crazed lunatic, a comedic babyface, or a despicable heel. Ambrose can play every character that there is without a single false step. His ability to play any and all characters is a wonder to behold. It's not about the wrestler's ability to play characters, instead it's about their ability in the ring. WWE wrestlers are expected to perform at the highest level on a regular basis, which means they cannot let up for a second. Ambrose can carry each match that he takes part in, however his ability in the ring is sorely limited. While he is an extremely violent performer, his ability in the ring does not extend too far beyond brawling and a couple of moves. Since coming back, he has even stopped doing his second rope bounce back clothesline. While Ambrose is certainly entertaining, his lack of actual wrestling puts him at number 10 for this list. Very few stars have the strength that Cesaro possesses. The Swiss cyborg has displayed his strength from the first day that he has been in WWE. On top of that, he is one of the most athletic stars on the roster, a side of his we hardly ever get to see due to WWE limiting what he is allowed to do in the ring. His freakish giant swing and his extreme strength, as well as technical brilliance, has somehow been overlooked by WWE. He is simply one of the best in the ring, but WWE has elected to only put him in a tag team. While his run in a tag team has been successful, Cesaro is a wrestler who would have found a lot of success as a single star, possibly even in the main event. He deserved one of the top titles, but now it is unlikely WWE will ever push him so far due to their opinion of him. The goddess of WWE, Alexa Bliss, is possibly the best heel ever to have worked in the women's division. Ever since her debut on the main roster, Bliss has ruled the roost. She has spent more time as the champion and with the title than without. At no point in her main roster career has Bliss been booked weekly. Truthfully, WWE does not have a reason to book her weekly. She is an excellent heel and always manages to get a reaction from the fans. She has shown the immense strength of a character in real life, where she battled with and got past an eating disorder. However, in the ring, while again she is entertaining, she has shown a lack of ability to perform. Her strength lies in her charisma and drawing in the audience in her matches, but her matches don't see her performing too many moves. More often than not, she sticks to a specific formula, and while this may work, always depending on outside help only makes her performances even less credible. A wrestler who has been criminally underbooked by WWE is ironically one half of the Police. Although that's the Fashion Police. Ever since making his way onto the main roster, Prince Pretty Tyler Breeze has been booked inconsistently and in no other way except as a jobber. Extremely talented in the ring, WWE did not embrace his gimmick as it was not one they understood properly. As a result, he lost and lost and lost, and even after being paired with Fandango, when the two came up with the Fashion Files, the series was not followed up on after a few weeks. Now with Fandango on the shelf, Breeze has hardly ever wrestled on TV, let alone win. This is a mistake WWE needs to rectify as soon as possible, as Breeze has a lot to give to the fans. When Bobby Lashley was first brought on to WWE television after returning, he was supposed to be one of the top attractions on Raw. Instead, his lack of charisma and regular botches in the ring have put the fans off him completely. He was given the opportunity and he did not attempt to seize it. The fans hate him, but this has not put WWE off him at all. They continue to book him as one of the major stars. Being paired with Lio Rush has definitely helped him, but the pair are now just considered annoying. Sami Zayn is possibly one of the most talented wrestlers to enter a WWE ring. However, due to two combined factors, this was something that was overlooked for a large part of his career. Not only did he perform in an amazing manner outside the company, he showed what he could do while performing in NXT as well. Performing at the main event level, he has shown often that there's very little that he cannot do. Be it the amazingly overfaced or the irritating heel, he is able to play each character faultlessly in the ring. However, due to his size and Mr. McMahon not liking him, he may never get the push he always wanted on the main roster. Stuck in weird pushes, he is yet to win a meaningful feud. Only his feud with Kevin Owens has attracted any attention. Now out with surgeries, he has been revealed that he had continued to wrestle despite having injured both shoulders badly for over a decade. Underrated? Yeah, definitely. Randy Orton has been around for a long time, and in that time he has basically wrestled almost every star WWE has put in front of him. For this, he definitely deserves respect for his undenying devotion to the company and continuing to wrestle. However, one thing that has to be admitted, the Randy Orton of now is not the Randy Orton of old. After 2010, it appeared that Orton simply stopped caring. He put on lackluster match after lackluster match. The vicious edge that made him the Viper and one of the most dangerous wrestlers in the company was suddenly gone, and he was any other wrestler. This makes him nothing but overrated, as WWE continues to book him in major angles and matches where he should not even be considered for a part. Something that is clear to anyone who watches the 205 Live division is that the Cruiserweights put on what is now the best wrestling show in WWE. Ever since Enzo was released and Drake Maverick took over, the show has improved in spades. The wrestlers put on shows which cannot be seen anywhere else. Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, Buddy Murphy, they all prove that they deserve to be where they are. Each of them has put on matches which are all match of the year candidates. However, so few people know about them that they are all severely underrated and do not get the spotlight which they so obviously have earned. WWE need to focus on highlighting them better, as there is no use in having excellent matches if people don't know what's going on. The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, is often known as the most dangerous man to have ever walked into a WWE ring. With a background in amateur wrestling as well as a background in MMA, there can be no doubting the prowess of Lesnar in the ring. Over the years, Lesnar has created a reputation for being ruthless, which he is in real life. However, something which people often forget with Lesnar is that the man does not care even the tiniest bit about how the people react to him. So much so that this is something that is turned into a gimmick. As long as Lesnar is getting paid enough, he will show up, but his obvious apathy is something that's obvious to an audience. However, that's not all. While he may be knowledgeable about the legitimate moves due to his MMA background, his moveset is severely limited in the ring, making for extremely repetitive and sometimes boring matches. For years, Kofi Kingston has shown up on time in WWE and done exactly what he was asked to do. He has performed at the top of his game. No matter what match he was in, no matter where it was on the actual card, he ended up acing the match and putting on one of the best performances of the night. He has done and achieved a lot with the New Day. There is no questioning his achievements in the tag team division. Together with Xavier Woods and Big E, he has ruled the roost for the past few years. However, Kofi is extremely underrated. He is only ever seen as a comedy character when in reality he is so much more. Every day he brings his A game to matches he performs in, and if it were not for Randy Orton being bitter with him for one false spot back in the day, he would have gotten a main event run. It's time that Kofi Kingston finally has a singles run. His talent is being wasted if he only ever performs in the tag team division. He could compete for world titles while Big E and Wood stay together as a tag team. This has to happen sooner rather than later. And these are 5 current wrestlers that are overrated and 5 that are underrated. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I'll see you later with more videos.